Let me introduce the next presenters, TeamSewa.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're here today to talk to you about a initiative that we are terming as TeamSewa, which is a very important term to the Sikh community, of course. We are the Sikh Emergency Welfare Aid. So yes, we did take quite a bit of time to come up with that. For us, we looked at the need in the community, and we identified that emergency food relief to children in a natural disaster setting was something that we could get involved with, and that's something that we felt passionate about. And as you might have seen in the media recently, there's been an increasing level of floods, bushfires, natural disasters all around Australia. So the prevalence is increasing. There's been increased displacement amongst communities all around Australia as a result of these natural disasters. And so our aim is to provide rapid food relief to children affected by natural disasters within the New South Wales area to start with. So we're going to just focus on one area and try to do a good job and then move on from there. And so as you can see, with regards to natural disasters, even in Queensland earlier this year, there was a very large flood. Several dozen of communities were displaced. A lot of homes were destroyed. A lot of children were, unnecessarily displaced from school, from their routine, and also, were unable to get appropriate support from local charities in time for, to assist them with food and to assist them with, education and so forth. So this is an example of that. So our aim is to feed kids. That's basically our aim, in a nutshell. And via our food relief efforts, to support the community and embrace the act of Chadri Kala and make a difference. And I will, so this actually involves preparation and execution, and I will pass it on to Sarabjot to talk about this.
Okay, so a huge part of our project actually involves a fair bit of preparation. So on the first few steps, involve actually building relationships with the SES and the CWA, so the Cultural Women's Association. And from there, we need to let them know what we can offer as an organisation so that when there is an emergency, they know that they can also call us. So building those relationships initially. Recruiting volunteers, so getting a team on board, and then also starting to train them. So skilling up volunteers, training them on how to respond, and also to then focus on the preparation of food, which is the next step. So getting food supplies, drink supplies, building relationships with supermarket and food chains so that the stock is already there. In the case of an emergency, we just need to get the stock ready and depart when needed. And finally, organising transportation to get to the site of where the emergency is. So the actual execution of the plan, so once we get a call from the SES or we make contact with them when we hear that there is an emergency, it's pretty much go, go, go from there. So responding to the call and then contacting all our team of pool of volunteers, getting everyone to meet at our central location point where the food stock and supplies are, as well as our vehicles and transportation, getting all the stock and resources packed, and then travelling to the location where we need to get to, and then actually setting up and cooking our food that we're going to then distribute to the kids.
So basically our concept is taking langar out of the Gurdwara and implementing it into disaster relief. We want to provide food for children who are most vulnerable and most affected by natural disasters. First and foremost, we want to create a positive impact in the community. It'd be so nice to know that those who are affected by natural disasters and young people who are not old enough to take care of themselves are given nourishing food and, basically nourishing food for support, creating a support network within them. And we believe that this is the best way that we can give immediate relief for them. When we direct our recruitment, we look mostly at university students as they're more available on a day-to-day basis. And we believe that this is a great opportunity for them to create a positive personal development. We give them the opportunity to, for SES protocols, we provide training, and we believe that this is the best way that they can learn to act quickly, rapidly, and provide aid in any sort of crisis situation. Essentially, it's most importantly for their life lessons, and it looks great on the CV to have this sort of work experience. It's not our main aim, but it's a bonus for us to have increased visibility and exposure of Sikhs within the Australian community, especially young Sikhs, for further future development.
Okay, now we're going to look at a couple of case studies. We believe that this platform that we've chosen is an achievable, viable one that we can easily implement. So Sikh Aid is a branch of United Sikhs. I'm not sure how many of you have heard of United Sikhs before, but they're an active organisation overseas that do a lot of work with the community. During the Hurricane Sandy scenario in New York, over 8 million people were left without power for an extended period of time. Sikh Aid acted and were able to provide hot meals for these people. Global Sikhs is a Malaysian organisation, and they were one of the first people on site after the tsunami and earthquake in Aceh, providing meals and helping people out there. Red Cross is a player that's already very active in this space in Australia. And we see these people and we see them achieving these things in a platform that we wish to replicate. And they're doing it on a very large scale. What we're doing is, I suppose, a smaller version of this, concentrating mainly on children, concentrating in New South Wales, and I suppose looking at smaller events slowly and then building up to large things over time.
So the cost that we'll have to carry out project. So the cost that we'll have to carry out a project are food equipment, kitchen equipment, transportation, and food supplies. In order to meet this cost, we plan to meet them through sponsorship of individual and corporate sponsorship. Also, we plan to get companies to pledge to us in kind. So, like in an event of the emergency, they will pledge to us their supplies, Constance Street. At present, our team consists of various skill sets in project management, healthcare, professional cooking, marketing, and consulting. These skill sets will come in handy when we carry out the various phases of our project in the future. I'll pass it back.
Yeah, so what do we need from you? Can I get a show of hands? How many of you have helped out with the SES or any other sort of disaster relief? That's great, we see a couple of people, that's fantastic.
Next question is, who here can drive?
Quite a few. Who here enjoy food? You're all Punjabis, I know you guys don't.
Who here would like to give a helping hand in a situation, in a crisis situation? That's great. We are after passionate, enthusiastic, and most importantly, committed volunteers. So we're open to anyone who's willing to help, and please visit our Facebook page. It's TeamSewa with a space in between every letter. And we have all the details there, and you can just give us your contacts, we can create a database, and we can start moving from there.
So just to summarise, Our project at the moment, we're starting small, so just focusing on feeding children in the event of a crisis or disaster. But there is scope for us to move forward to extend that, so also tapping into providing medical and healthcare professional aid, as well as clothing and food as well. Like Prabhat said, there are other organisations, Sikh organisations worldwide that are doing this, so it would be great if we could also start an Australian Sikh aid organisation, a team that could respond in an event of an emergency. Thank you.